welcome you, dear viewers, through Noursat TV in Tel Lumiere. On the occasion of the upcoming Eid al-Fitr, the Noursat office in the Holy Land, Jordan and Palestine, represented by its director, Dr. Basim Sam'an, and the entire team, extends sincere congratulations to His Majesty King Abdullah II, the Jordanian people, and the entire Arab world. We hope that this occasion brings goodness and blessing to all, and that peace and security prevail in the Holy Land and Gaza. We begin with the following headlines. His Majesty the King emphasizes the urgent need to take immediate action to stop Israeli attacks on Gaza. Cardinal Pizzabella concludes a pastoral and official visit to the Kingdom of Bahrain. Eastern churches launch a donation campaign in support of Christians in the Holy Land. From the headlines to the details. The Vatican Press Office published the full text of Pope Francis's address to the faithful on the occasion of the Angelus Prayer recitation. His Holiness mentioned that during this recent medical treatment, he personally experienced the patience of God's unwavering love. He then turned to current global events, expressing his deep sorrow over the resumption of intense Israeli bombing on Gaza and the resulting high number of casualties and injuries. The Pope called for an immediate ceasefire and urged all parties to have a courage to return to dialogue to ensure the release of all hostages and establish a permanent cessation of hostilities. He also highlighted the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza, stressing the urgent need for commitment from the warring parties and the international community. Pope Francis concluded his address with a prayer asking the Virgin Mary to protect and guide humanity towards Easter. Meanwhile, the Pope continues his medical, physical, and respiratory therapy following his discharge from the hospital and returned to his residence at the Casa Santa Marta. Doctors have advised him to continue his recovery for several weeks. His Majesty King Abdullah II emphasized the urgent need for the international community to take immediate action to push for an end to Israeli attacks on Gaza and to reinforce a permanent ceasefire. The King stressed the importance of resuming the entry of humanitarian aid into Gaza to mitigate the worsening humanitarian crisis. Furthermore, His Majesty reaffirmed Jordan's firm stance against the displacement of Palestinians from Gaza and the West Bank. He also warned of the dangers of continued assaults on Palestinians in the West Bank and the ongoing violations of Islamic and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem. His Beatitude Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzabella, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, concluded a pastoral and official visit to the Kingdom of Bahrain that lasted several days. During his visit, he met with the heads of apostolic churches and members of the local parish. Additionally, he participated in interfaith dialogue with representatives from the King Hamad Global Center for Peaceful Coexistence in Manama. The Catholic Church celebrated the Feast of the Annunciation, a spiritually significant occasion commemorating the angel Gabriel's announcement to the Virgin Mary that she would give birth to the Savior. In the city of Nazareth, where this event took place, the joy of this occasion was renewed once again through both spirit and public celebration. Believers from various locations gathered to welcome His Beatitude Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzabella, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem. They marched in a faithful procession from St. Anthony's Center towards the Basilica of the Annunciation, singing hymns and engaging in spiritual reflection, expressing their joy on this great occasion. His Beatitude presided over Holy Mass at the Basilica with the participation of bishops, priests, and a large congregation of believers. The celebrations concluded in an atmosphere of joy and contemplation. His Grace Bishop Christophorus, Metropolitan of Jordan for the Greek Orthodox Church, presided over the third Friday of the Akatist hymn service during the Great Lent at the Church of the Ascension in Khalda. At the conclusion of the service, His Grace extended Mother's Day greetings to the parish, emphasizing the necessity of maintaining the ever-virgin status of the Mother of God within both the Church and believers' heart. Then he addressed mothers, urging them to be a source of love, humility, and peace in nurturing and uniting Christian families. He was assigned by several priests and deacons with a large congregation of parishioners in attendance. At St. Joseph's Church in Jabal Amman, His Grace Bishop Iyad Atwal, Vicar of the Latin Patriarchate in Jordan, presided over Holy Mass to celebrate the first Holy Communion of several children from the parish. The Mass was celebrated by Father Firas Nasrawin, the parish priest, alongside a number of priests and nuns, with a large gathering of parishioners. After the Gospel reading, His Grace delivered a spiritual homily, emphasizing the importance of integrating children into the heart of the parish by granting them the sacraments of initiation, especially the Holy Communion, as a first step towards their involvement in parish life and activities. At the conclusion of the celebration, attendees gathered to meet Bishop Twal in the parish hall, where they took commemorative photos to mark this special occasion. On another note, Bishop Iyad Atwal visited Beit al-Inay al-Insaniya House of Humanitarian Care for the first time. This institution is run by the Sisters of the Cross, dedicated to serving the elderly. He was accompanied by Father Imad Atwal, the Latin parish priest of Hais. During his visit, Bishop Atwal and his accompanying delegation toured the facility, listening to the staff's accounts of the humanitarian services provided to the elderly residents. He expressed deep appreciation for the tireless efforts of the Sisters of the Cross, commending their dedication and devotion in caring for the elderly. He emphasized the importance of this humanitarian mission, describing it as a message filled with love and generosity. The visit left a positive impact, further strengthening the spirit of collaboration between the Church and its social institutions. Cardinal Claudio, head of the dicastery for the Eastern Churches, sent a letter to Catholic bishops worldwide, calling for a fundraising campaign to support Christian communities in the Holy Land. He reminded the faithful that they are called to help their brothers and sisters in the Holy Land so that they may regain hope and life. He stressed that everyone from children to the elderly deserves to live in peace, to return to their homes and schools, and to play freely without the fear of death. His Eminence also highlighted the presence of numerous parishes, schools, hospitals, elderly care homes, and centers for migrants, displaced persons, and the refugees in the Holy Land, all in need of continued support. Dr. Basim Al-Sam'an, the Regional Director of Noursat TV in the Holy Land, Jordan and Palestine, extended her congratulations to Bishop Iyad Atwal on his appointment as Bishop of the Latin Church in Jordan. During their meeting, a fruitful discussion took place regarding the role of ecclesiastical media in spreading the message of love and peace, as well as in enhancing spiritual and cultural awareness within society. Both parties emphasized the importance of media collaboration in conveying faith-based values and supporting issues relevant to the Church and the Christian community. At the conclusion of the visit, Dr. Sam'an expressed her best wishes to Bishop Atwal for success in his pastoral mission. He also reaffirmed Noursat's TV commitment to supporting his mission and enhancing the Church's media presence in Jordan and the Holy Land. A delegation of priests and parishioners from southern Jordan visited Bishop Iyad Atwal to congratulate him on his episcopal ordination and his appointment as Bishop of the Latin Church in Jordan. The delegation included priests, nuns, and members of the Latin Church, parishes from Karak, Adr, and Smekiye. The priests and parishioners expressed their pride in Bishop Atwal, wishing him success in his new pastoral mission, which they believe will further deepen bonds of love and cooperation among the people of the nation. In response, Bishop Atwal thanked the delegation for their kind visit and well wishes, affirming his commitment to serving his flock. He emphasized that joint efforts will lead to the growth and service of both the Church and the nation. Jordan reaffirmed its full support for Lebanon, its security, stability, and sovereignty, as well as its efforts to reactivate its institutions and rebuild following the election of the new president of the republic. This was stated during a meeting between Jordanian Foreign Minister Ayman al-Safadi and Lebanese Foreign Minister Youssef Rajji, where they discussed ways to enhance bilateral relations and the latest developments in Lebanon. Both ministers emphasized the importance of stopping Israeli attacks on Lebanon and implementing the ceasefire agreement between Lebanon and Israel in full. Minister Rajji expressed Lebanon's gratitude for Jordan's support under the King Abdullah II's leadership and his ongoing efforts to mobilize international action to halt aggression and to ensure a comprehensive ceasefire. At St. Charbel's Maronite Church in Amman, Dr. Charbel Sassin delivered a remarkable lecture titled The Shroud of Christ and the Resurrection, a scientific and faithful-based reality. The event was attended by Father Joseph Swade, the parish priest of St. Charbel Church, alongside a large audience of attendees who engaged deeply with the thought-provoking discussion. The lecture explored scientific and historical evidence related to the Shroud of Christ, connecting it to Christian faith, adding a new dimension to the understanding of both the spiritual and scientific aspects of the resurrection. The session, attended by Dr. Basim Al-Sam'an, Regional Director of Noursat TV in Jordan and Palestine, included discussions and Q&A exchanges from the attendees, enriching the dialogue and making the gathering a valuable opportunity for reflection and contemplation. At the conclusion of the lecture, participants expressed their gratitude for organizing such an event, emphasizing the importance of faith-based discussion supported by scientific research in enhancing spiritual understanding. And with that, dear viewers, we have reached the end of our broadcast. Before we conclude, here's a recap of the highlights covered herein. His Majesty the King emphasizes the urgent need to take immediate action to stop Israeli attacks on Gaza. Cardinal Pizzabella concludes a pastoral and official visit to the Kingdom of Bahrain. Eastern churches launch a donation campaign in support of Christians in the Holy Land. For more information, please visit our website, noursatjo.org. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a pleasant time. See you again soon.